What's up, dudes? Yeah, I know it's been a few days. First, I got to get this off my chest because this just happened. It literally just happened. I drove by a buzzard carcass in the road, and instantly I thought to myself, imagine being that damn buzzard's brother. You see a car coming, the whole family takes off, right? They fly up into the sky. You hear something, you turn around, your brother just got ran over by this damn car. And while you're trying to just go through the motions of what happened and learn to deal with it, your parents and your sister fly down there and start eating the son of a bitch. Like, how do you deal with that? I don't know. It's going to bother me all night, though. Anyway, now that's messes out of there. I wanted to talk about something that's been bothering me lately. I was thinking about how people tend to not forgive themselves for the things that they do in life. And, I've done that. I did it a few times. Sorry, there was something in my eye. I remember now, not too many people know this, but I mean, my only serious relationship I ever had was one, and I ended up marrying her. So the way that things played out in that, and the ones that me know the story, that's, that's old news and whatnot. But towards the end of that whole ordeal, the whole relationship, everything, I started to blame myself for everything and believe everything that I was being told that was my fault, that what I did. And, I blamed myself for all this. And even, down the road, after everything was said and done, and I've moved on, I still found myself not forgiving myself for the things that I was led to believe that I was doing wrong, and the things that, I know that I did wrong. And not forgiving myself for it, I know has been a huge thing that has weighed on me mentally for a long time. Going through that shit, especially when other people in your life have forgiven you for the things that you've done, or, whether it be a career, relationship, friendship, anything in life, actually, that you've done something and you knew it was wrong, or that it ended up being the wrong decision, and you never forgive yourself, and that shit just weighs on you, and it can come back at the most random times and, cause small issues or even big issues. But it's something that you have to learn to deal with. It doesn't matter what you did in your life. Even if you've done something maliciously, you can get yourself to the point where you can forgive yourself for it, because, what we need to remember always is that we're humans. We make mistakes. A lot of us make them often. They're not always, big mistakes. They're not always mistakes that involve anybody else. But a lot of the times we do things that we're the only ones that end up suffering from that decision, and we still can't forgive ourselves because we just basically weigh ourselves down with, the actions and the situations that come from these decisions that we make. And, we spend, a lifetime sometimes blaming ourselves for things and never forgiving ourselves for anything. When at the end of the day, I am a firm believer in that, everything happens for a reason. I believe that there is a plan. I believe that, there's soulmates, even, whether, and it doesn't even have to be romantic soulmates. It could be, friendships, coworkers, whatever. I believe there are soulmates, but it's like we all talk about this, but if we truly believe that, I think it would be easier for us to forgive ourselves, for the things that we do, because, we have that belief in our mind that if something ended, it means it was meant to end. No matter how it ended, that's what was supposed to happen. And that's what sets us in the direction that we need to go for the things that are supposed to work out in our lives. But, I know, at least in my aspect, everything that I was led to believe that caused the issues that existed, a lot of them I never forgave myself for, to the point where I would go above and beyond in those aspects of my life to make sure that, I never messed up again. Realizing that, I didn't necessarily mess up, but because I was led to believe that was the issue and that's what happened, I spent a long time blaming myself for everything. There did come a time where I've taken responsibility, and I try to do that as often as I can, and I'm not perfect. I know there's still things in this world that I've not taken responsibility for, but I'm getting there. I'm getting closer than what I've been before. And to me, that's huge. Any of you that are going through any kind of growth, any kind of change to, be a better version of yourself each and every day, will hopefully understand that. It's steps. You can't do it all in one day. It's like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. But, just a lot of those things, like I caught myself, still blaming myself for. And even after being told by, multiple folks across, the years since everything, even being reminded that it wasn't me, I still spent a really long time blaming myself for everything. Even knowing that, it wasn't my fault. Now, once again, like I said, I do take responsibility for anything that I did that, caused things to play out the way they did, but I'm not, I'll never take credit for all of it. I sure as hell won't do that. But, you can't do it. You gotta fucking get through shit. You gotta work through things. You have to teach yourself to understand that you make mistakes. You're not perfect. And 9 times out of 10, you're never even going to come close to what perfect is supposed to be, because we're humans. We're flawed. We act on emotions, and our emotions are so across the board and they bounce around so often. Most of our actions come from multiple, emotions, and that's not something that's easily controlled. You just have to act and hope that, anything that you do doesn't, maliciously, hurt somebody. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is there's going to be times where you're going to make a decision that's going to be the best decision for you, and it's going to take people out of your life. It's going to take situations out of your life. It's going to take places out of your life. And there's going to be people that are going to be hurt by that. But because you're doing it for your own good and you're not doing it out of a malicious place, or a dark place in your heart and in your mind, you can forgive yourself for those things, especially if you feel guilty. And let's be honest, even when you do something that's for the best for you, there's going to be moments where you're going to feel guilty. It's fucking human nature. Unless you're a sociopath, obviously. But, I'm not even going to touch base on that because, who can? But, yeah, so, that's all I want to touch base on. I just wanted to remind you all that you don't have to beat yourself up over shit. You know what I mean? Shit happens. We live and we learn, and the best way to learn through life and to learn how to do things and learn how to handle things and to learn to be happy, you have to experience down times. You have to go through troubled times, because that's what teaches us. How else are we going to know what happiness feels like if we're never sad? How are we going to know what it feels like to be healthy if we're never sick? We won't appreciate anything anymore if we don't make mistakes. But we have to learn to forgive ourselves, because I can tell you, at least for myself, I can't speak for everybody, but at least for myself, not forgiving myself for things and still continuing to blame myself for things has been a huge weight on me. And it's caused me to make a lot of decisions in my life, and it's caused me to act a certain way to make sure that I never felt that way again. And, now that I look back on it all, I was supposed to feel that. I was supposed to feel every bit of that, because it's what was going to make me who I'm supposed to be. And I'm there. I feel like I love myself. I love myself probably more now than I ever have. I enjoy life. Obviously I'm like anybody else. I have, tough moments, but for the most part, I enjoy life. And I appreciate everything. Even the bad times anymore. I remember I used to get so nervous and so upset over certain situations because I was scared of how it was going to play out. And now it's like, it's almost like I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the adventure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's supposed to kill me or what, you know what I mean? Unless it kills me, it's obviously not the worst decision ever. You know what I mean? And as long as I learn from it, I grow from it, I don't regret any of it. And, you know, I will go through things tenfold if it means that I'm going to come out on the other end a better me, because it's so fucking worth it. But anyway, well, this is a long video. It's probably not the buzzard story. I think it only took me like 20 seconds, but and I think I might have started to ramble there a little bit. But hopefully, you know, hopefully it got some stuff out there for you guys. But I'll let you go. I'm on a way to hang out with some friends. So have a great rest of your night. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and be safe. Love you guys.